Hi, JC here with another Pacific Fen Spotlight. Here I'm at Washington State Convention and Trade Center. We were at the Emerald City ComiCon. That is a comic book convention here in Seattle, Washington, the Emerald City, aptly named. We had a lot of fun, got a lot of great interviews. I want to give a special thanks to Brian Meredith for getting me the press badge. I really appreciate it. Helps out. And had a lot of fun. I even got autograph from Jamie Bamber of Battlestar Galactica, where he plays Lee Apollo Adama on that show. Fantastic show. Really cool. Had him sign it out to the show. 2 Pacific Fen Spotlights, so it was really cool. Didn't know what fen meant. I had to explain what fen meant. Fen, for those of you who may not know, is the plural of fan. Just as you would say man and men, or woman and women, fen. At least as it applies to science fiction and all that wonderful stuff. So, here's the show, and hope you have a good time. I'm here now with Jordan. Now, Jordan is an old-time friend of mine. We used to work together at Wizards of the Coast Game Center, and now he works for WizKids. Jordan, first of all, I haven't seen you in a long time. You got old, you got fat, you got gray. That's okay. I've been those for many years anyway.
Occupational hazard, Jim. Occupational hazard.
This is very true. So, Jordan, excuse me, what have you been doing for the past couple of years?
Well, for the past couple of years, I actually worked in healthcare, which wouldn't seem to have a direct correlation, but here I am back in the game industry. And for the last little while at WizKids, I've been working in organized play and promotions. I also am often on the forums giving tidbits of information and answering questions.
Now, WizKids, they're basically the ones that they picked up. I think they picked up a lot of the titles that FASA used to have, BattleTech, and I think I can't. Well, they had several of them. Shadowrun, that was one of the other. God, it's one of my favorite games. I can't even remember it. Yeah. I'm pathetic. Anyway, so what's it like working for them?
Oh, it's great, and actually, FASA is kind of like our progenitor in a way. WizKids is an evolution of that. Initially, we were started by Jordan Wiseman, so all those FASA titles are things that we still hold. So, BattleTech, Mech Warrior, Shadowrun, Crimson Skies, all those things were FASA intellectual properties, and they actually are WizKids properties because of that change into WizKids. It's really great. We have a truly dedicated core of people who are, many of them gamers, all of them creative, great artists, great R&D people, just amazing staff, and every day has creative highs, creative challenges, and most recently, due to my move within the office, Nerf Wars. I'm often under a heavy fire of Nerf darts. My favorites being the Screamer rounds because I at least know it's coming. It's got a little whistle, so I have time to plan.
Also have time to duck.
Yeah, well, usually, yeah. But it's, I listen to music and I'm working at my station and then I just get pinged with darts. And that's usually when I know that R&D is trying to get my attention about something. Yeah.
Now, obviously you're at a Comic-Con, you're working for WizKids, seeing your shirt there. But are you into comics at all as well?
Recently, I've gotten back into comics in a way to understand HeroClix better, since, of course, HeroClix has been around for over 5 years now and is geared in comic content. It enriches my play experience to understand comics. I'm making more theme-based teams. I'm trying to represent particular teams from particular eras in the comic book character's existence. So I am recently coming back into comics since '87. So, for a while.
That's pretty cool. Now, have you seen the new Iron Man movie yet?
I have not yet seen it. And people basically shout spoiler, and when they come in, and I just close my ears and turn away. A fusillade of Nerf darts ensues, yeah.
Well, I won't spoil it for you. I liked it. I did see it. I was impressed with Robert Downey Jr. I'm going to give a review later on. But if you do go, stay to the very ending of the credits. The very ending of the credits. Do not wait until the lights actually go up and the curtain closes. You definitely want to.
I've been informed by my coworkers, basically on pain of death, to stay till the end of the credits, and I will do that. Yeah.
Very much worth it. Well, Jordan, thank you very much. I hope you have a fun time here at Emerald City Comic-Con, and it was a fun time seeing you again after all these years. And, maybe lose a little more of the weight, but, I'm one to talk.
Nice talking to you, Jim. Good to see you again.
And I'm here now with Seth Johnson, a game designer for WizKids. He's the game designer of HeroClix. Seth, would you tell me a little bit about HeroClix?
HeroClix is a collectible miniatures game that involves just about every character you can think of from the Marvel and DC universe. It's been out for 6 years, and we're constantly putting out new expansions. So there's literally thousands of characters to play. We just put out one for DC HeroClix called Crisis that came out in February, and we've got one for Marvel called Secret Invasion coming out in June. That's tied into the Secret Invasion storyline.
Excellent. Now, are you in your comics yourself being a game designer for a comic game?
Oh yeah, I'm here to watch people play the game, but I'm also here to run around the floor and get comics and be part of the crowd. I'm definitely a huge fan.
What comics are you biggest fan of?
Oh boy, it's what am I not a fan of? As far as what's hitting the shelves right now, I'm a big fan of Checkmate and Iron Fist, and I read just about anything. It's all part of the job, but I definitely have my favorites.
Have you seen Iron Man the movie yet?
Oh yeah, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
So, did you stay all the way to the very ending?
I did indeed.
Don't ruin it.
I'm not going to ruin it, but it's definitely worth staying all the way to the end.
All right, Seth. Thank you very much. I hope you have a fun time here at the convention, and we'll see you around. I'm here with Mike Perry, artist of, what's the name of your comic again?
StinkChildComics.com.
StinkChildComics.com. Now, what are some of the comics that you work on?
We do 3 different comics on our site. It's one of them's just adventures of these group of kids. They kind of live normal lives, and then it goes off into weird directions. They shoot off into space or whatever. There's another one that we do, Stinkchild Comics in Toontown, where those characters interact with other cartoon characters from Jetsons, Flintstones, all like that, classic cartoon characters, some newer stuff. And then there's Weak Sauce, where a couple characters get sucked into the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console and go through a bunch of classic games trying to find their way home.
That sounds like a very interesting concept. Now, I'm looking at the Adventures of Fishman. Is that pronounced right?
Yes, Fishman. In this one, it all came about kind of by accident. Friends of mine, all the characters are based off friends of mine, and 2 of them weren't getting enough time in the comic, so I decided to make them superheroes.
And let me just show you the comic here. I'll get it a little closer. 3D. No. Well, that looks like a pretty interesting comic. How long have you been doing the comics?
I've been doing them for about 3 years. We did them in high school a little bit, not really seriously, and then a couple of years ago we decided to make an honest go at it, so we've been working at it ever since.
Okay. Well, of course, we'll put your website on our website, and thanks for the interview. So here's Scott Allen, also creator of Cahoots Creations. Scott, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm an artist, and I also act when I'm not doing that, but that's dried up, so I'm arting. That's how I do things. The book, Oh Brother, based on the comic strip, is about my family. So they say write about what you know. I know about my dysfunctional family. That's why they're in the book. And it's pretty cool. I've got about a year's worth of strips built into here. I've got the new season coming up, as it were. And then everything else is just merch, man. It's just there.
So do you do animations as well, or just the straight webcomics?
I'm still working on animation. I haven't got there yet. There's a great booth over there selling animation software. I haven't been able to afford it. But all in good time, you know what I mean?
Well, most good animation software, most good any software is going to be running at least a couple $100, I know. So I understand that. But, what is do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's cahootscreations.com. I don't know if I should look at you or there. I'll figure it out. Hi. Cahootscreations.com. You can also check out the comic directly by going to obrocomic.com. I keep looking at him. You guys are the ones I should be focusing on. Sorry. And
yeah, I don't really matter.
we all matter equally. Something like that.
Some of us less equal than others.
That would be me. But no.
Yeah, but see, I'm paparazzi, so.
That's true. That's true. Wait, pose. All right. Yes, definitely. Check out the websites by all means, and I've got merchandise up that people can buy. I've got all kinds of stuff on the table which you can't buy now, but if you go to the site, you can. That'd be good. So that's me.
Well, we'll definitely put a link up for you, Scott. It was great talking with you. You've been one of my most amusing interviews today.
My wife says the same thing, so it's all good.
I'm not gonna go there. This is a family show, not a family-making show. Anyway.
Family, oh brother, family show.
All right, well, Scott, thank you very much, and I hope you have a fun time here at Emerald City Comic-Con.
I scream and shout so you can hear. I tell you that the end is near. I still can't stand, I still can't think. You win me with my favorite drink. Give me that glass, though I feel asinine. And if I can't grump, I'll drink plum wine.